Vegas 2024 is on the way, and it is time to highlight some of our best players in the world. If you go to our website, right on the front page, you will see the countdown and how many tickets remaining, and you can click here the 2024 attendee profiles to check out our WSBG 2023 ranking system. Everybody who participates, if you win a game, you are going to be put onto this ranking. We are also developing a global ranking system to crown the best board gamers in the world. If you are a convention or you run a board gaming tournament, get in touch with us as we compile our rankings. But I want to highlight some of our esteemed competitors. Now, this is the 2023 ranking, so it doesn't include 2022's performances. It includes just the performance of 2023, but as we develop the system, we are going to map out the top players of 2022, the top players of 2024, the top players of WSBG in general as we get that data for you all. And so, of course, our top player is our winner of last year, Angela Tao. Player nickname, CNLL0075, that's what we call her, hailing from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And you can see everybody's favorite games, their bragging rights, their little bios. This will be Angela's second year competing. Her favorite game, Darwin's Journey, which I just played recently, and yeah, it's a friggin' good one, Angela. But the game that got her hooked was Terra Mystica, which makes sense of why she dominated the Gaia Project semi-final, shouting out her biggest board game nemesis, Tong, Lawson, and Michael, who beat her regularly in her weekly game nights. But it doesn't matter what happens at a weekly game night, it matters what happens when you show up to the World Series. For those of you on the fence, I would say really everyone has a chance to win. I didn't think I could do it, but I did. You can too. It's that sort of supportive community from our #1 ranked of the past year, who you will be able to see in Vegas when you go down. And so, of course, I want to highlight our top 4. You've seen our top 4. You've seen them in the 2023 recap of Splendor. If you want to see the top 4 of 2022, there's also a highlight reel that will be on the channel. Andrew Law, our #2, who says don't get tunnel vision to the meta because new ones are developed by players discovering different strategy. This is true. This is BDWSSBB's trick to winning Arc Nova, known very well on the Arc Nova circuit in terms of how he upgrades his sponsor cards. We also want to give Scott Kushner, Papa Kush, some love, who says about the event WSBG delivers on so many different fronts that it will undoubtedly exceed any board gamer's expectations. If you want to meet fellow gamers, the atmosphere in the open gaming area is incredibly welcoming. If you want to explore new games, the dizzying number of options in the Dice Tower gaming library is a sight to behold. If you want to meet notable board gaming personalities, designers, influencers, publishers, and more are literally everywhere you look and eager to chat or play a game with you. If you want to challenge, test your mettle against hundreds of the best board gamers in the world, if you're looking for glory, where else can you play board games for thousands of cash, prizes, and sweet, sweet gaming bling? We didn't pay Papa Kush to say that, but we love him for saying it. Handsome in his suit. And finally, our #4 ranked, our 4th finalist, Yuka, hailing from Finland, whose favorite game is Arnak. And why Yuka wanted to come to WSBG, his friend Ollie was participating in the very first year, 2022, and when he heard about the tournament from him, he thought to himself, that's the event where I definitely want to go. I'll tell you something, Ollie was the first person that I met at the World Series of Board Gaming, and it was so exciting to see him cheer on his friend as he got to the semifinals and then moved on to the finals. I had been setting up the night before, and Ollie had come in early, was looking around, getting the lay of the land, and we chatted for a long while. And it was such a lovely chance encounter. What a lovely, lovely person. It was so cool that he brought his friends back and that his friend was able to move on and get to the final table of the World Series of Board Gaming, which is just a monumental accomplishment. Recognize tempo versus value play situations. Balance between those two aspects is essential in many board games. And I love that him and Ollie got to face off against each other in the brass semi-final table, and then that Yuka was able to take out the win. Honestly, there was no supporter greater than Ollie for Yuka, and it was just fantastic to see them both there. But there's also a few more people that I want to highlight. Obviously, the top players are players who ended up winning a ring, but somebody who didn't win a ring this year is still ranked #5 because of his placements. Nick Henning is ranked #5. He goes by Phoenix on YouTube. He's a double ring winner from 2022 and made 3 final tables in 2023, whose biggest board game nemesis might remain a mystery, but it certainly isn't Jeff Harden, even though he grenaded both of us this year, according to Nick Henning. Then we have Levi Moreno, who is the only back-to-back winner of an event, winning Terraforming Mars 2 years in a row, but whose favorite game is poker. It's not even a board game, it's poker. Levi here in Vegas for more than one reason, saying plenty of people have won without expecting it, and the event is incredibly fun even outside the tournament. Doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're competing or you're not, you're always going to be faced with people with a smile. What is exciting is that a few of our 2022 winners ranked 20th, 22nd, and 26th on the list. You'll see some gaps because people haven't filled out their player profiles yet, but Lloyd is up there for making 2 final tables, making the final table of Splendor and the final table of Brass. He was our 2022 Raw champion, who plays so much like me. It is no surprise that the game that got him hooked was the Settlers of Catan. Just like me, that was my gateway game, whose biggest board game nemesis is sitting in seat 4. And for those on the fence would say, very simply, WSBG, it is the best. It's one of the best places to be. I love seeing him on the rankings. Cliff Flaxenhair, who you may have seen commentate on the Gaia Project semifinal with me. CJ Flash, our second place finisher in 2022, also making an appearance. And then Jeff Harden, Meeple Maven, who also helped commentate on the Wingspan final of 2023 and is a 2-time Great Western Trail ring finalist as well. Quotes Michael Scott here. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. But I think this is a really great gaming tip, and this is something that Jeff employs at the event, and you can see him bringing this joviality to the table, even if it's a high-pressure situation. That it's important to relax and have fun, and putting too much pressure on yourself will lead to mistakes. And it's true. This could be a pressure-filled environment, but the people around the table are there to win, but we're also all there to have a good time. We're also all there to lift up this great hobby, and there's no greater ambassador than Jeff. I love seeing all these profiles from Jim Sherrill, who came in second at the Castles of Burgundy final, who says it's the funnest week of the year, from Jacopo Marcelletti, looking handsome in his suit, who's the 2021 Terraforming Mars UK champion and coming 3rd place in Terraforming Mars at WSBG, whose biggest board gaming nemesis is his lovely wife, or lovely until she beats me. Jacopo and his wife showed up in their wedding dress and wedding suit. It was one of the greatest outfits to happen. And I loved seeing Jacopo make it to the Terraforming Mars final because he had been gunning for it. He had said so in some pre-season press as we reached out to players to tell us why they were excited about attending WSBG. He filmed a little video for us, who says it's the best experience of his life. If you haven't filled out your profile, fill it out. We want to see you. We want to celebrate you. We want to see your ranking. And the best part about this ranking system is, hey, maybe you were ranked 307th in the world in board gaming, which is still incredible, by the way. Any place on this list proves that you are the best of the best. You are among the best of the best, and hey, it proves that you can only go up. You can see your rank, you can see how well you do, you can see it grow, you can set those goals for yourself. And I want to celebrate you, like our 3rd Castle of Burgundy finalists who filled out their profile. We got 3 of them in the top 42. Castles of Burgundy is a tough competition. But Shaw, who says, don't let the title scare you. It's a really welcoming event where you're guaranteed to have a good time. And that is exactly what we try to do and what we try to focus on here at WSBG. Just going through this list and seeing all the people. Aaron Barrientos, this is the spitting image of him, who came in 2nd in Wingspan 2022, who came in 2nd in Cascadia 2023, who won Wingspan at the KublaCon regional qualifying event, and who I got to personally hang out with and meet and talk to a little bit more at KublaCon as well when I was running that event. It's just like, I see these people, I see all of your profiles. Shane Lindemann, who I've interacted with on YouTube a ton. Oh, game that got you hooked, Power Grid. Yeah, Power Grid's so good. It's in my top 20. Whose biggest board game nemesis is 2022's acquired champion, Phil Cottrell. He keeps edging me out at Gen Con for TGA Puffing Billy Championship. Whose biggest game tip is relax, it's just a game. Trust in your early instincts and play your game. It's almost always the correct move. And for those on the fence who would say, just do it, you'll have a blast. Everyone is very welcoming and kind. You'll see good sportsmanship on display daily. You can go through all these bios and you will see, Oh, John Noonan, who hasn't put a picture up, but who I got to see at the Geekway regional qualifier. Also getting hooked with Catan. Who quotes the WSBG catchphrase for those on the fence. Yes, I agree, John Noonan, get in the game. I'm glad it's resonating. But I love seeing all these faces, and I love seeing this representation of this community that we've built. We have Hans, our 2022 champion, who's ranked 65th in 2023. Oh, what a cute photo, Hans. Who says, for those on the fence, I would say, be like me, go into WSBG blindly and become a champion. It's just such a great vibe. Gray, who released his first game, Potions of Azurland, who is one of our only double ring winners from a single year. There are only 2 people who have done that. Gray Baker is one of those people who says, for those on the fence, he'd say, try it once and you'll probably really like it. And if you don't, hey, don't come back. It's true. You deserve to take a shot on yourself. You deserve to take a shot on a really great environment. You deserve to be part of this community. And for all those of you who have signed up and who have participated, who I have met or have yet to meet, there's Jared, who is in the finals of 2022 Brass Birmingham, where Josh Boley took home the title, hence the biggest board game nemesis, Josh Boley. You can see the threads of this community. Also, Settlers of Catan got him hooked. Who says, definitely come, you are good enough. Like, looking at these people, these faces, these people who make up this community, who have put themselves on the map. Matt Corda, who won a WSBG Midwest Regional Qualifier at Adepticon, going into his 3rd year at WSBG, who says the worst that can happen is you play more games than you ever have before in 4 days. 5 days now, 6 days now, if you come a little bit earlier. Come in for open gaming. I look at this community. Joseph! Oh, do you know Joseph made a custom shirt for every single one of the games that he was playing in? And he showed them to me as I was walking by. I was like, man, that's a cool shirt. He's like, oh, just wait until tomorrow. And I tracked him down every time I got to see a new one. Whose biggest board game nemesis is his analysis paralysis and lack of sleep. But who also says, for those on the fence who would say most people would just come for the fun, don't stress about the competition. Like, I can't tell you how much looking through this warms my heart. I really can't. Every single one. This is Blaine, who won the Dice Throne Championship that was held by Dice Throne in Roxley at last year's WSBG, who says that if they enjoy playing games, even just a little bit, then it's more than worth it to go. There's plenty to do to keep yourself busy, and you're surrounded by many friendly and like-minded people. There's a common theme from every person on this list, from all of our participants, for people who played and who competed, is that they had a great time in a friendly environment and met some great like-minded people. Even seeing their names, even if I don't see their faces. Mike, who I met in St. Louis. Like, it really hits home for me how many people I've gotten to meet and how many more people are signed up, waiting to get their rating, waiting to put their faces on the map. I cannot wait to hang out and meet with you all. I highly encourage, if you're coming to the event, or even if you're thinking about it, come check it out. This is a board gaming event like no other. And we want to see you there, whether it's 2024, 2025, or beyond. Hey, take the plunge. Get a last-minute ticket before tickets close September 1st. But open gaming tickets will still be open at the door if you happen to find yourself in Vegas and you just want to come hang out and participate in the fun environment and just play a bunch of games. That's great too. We'd love to have you. And I'm so excited to cheer you all on with my whole heart at this year's event. Every single person who's on the player rankings, who fills out a profile, you're a friggin' rock star in my eyes. You absolutely are. And it's time for the world to see that as well. So thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Thanks, everybody, for taking a chance and for coming to the World Series of Board Gaming. And let's make this year better than ever. That's it for me. I'm Chris George. And in the words of John Noonan, what are you waiting for? It's time to get in the game.